What's going on, guys? I hope you all had a great Christmas and a happy new year. Now today we're going to be going through my 2022 0 to 1 million euro net worth. So I'm fairly excited with today's video because we're really going to go into detail for all 8 income streams, and we're also going to go over how much we made from YouTube and investing into 2021 as well. Now just one caveat, as I'm sure you're already aware, this year is going to be fairly full on in terms of the wedding, stag, honeymoon, my house coming up, the 9 to 5 job as well. So obviously I won't be able to invest every single cent we earn this year, but again, it's going to be exciting nonetheless. And today we're going to go through in detail all 8 investment vehicles in this 5-year plan to go from 0 to 1 million euro net worth. We're going to go through how much we have in each of these vehicles as it stands, how much I want to have in 2022, and a few more details with each of these as well. So as we have a lot to get through today, let's get straight on into today's video. So firstly, let's go through how much we made from investing and YouTube in 2021. Now obviously this won't be any crazy numbers at all because it was our first year, and like any business in general, you really don't make a whole lot at the start, and again it compounds over the years to come. But again, I was happy nonetheless for this start. Now we can see from investing here we made about 2,000 euro or 2,044 euro realized gain, and we also made 120 euro or so from dividend payments. So I'm quite happy with this considering it was a fairly safe portfolio. And in terms of YouTube, we made about 300 euro or so within that 12-month period, which again mightn't seem a whole lot at all. In fact, it isn't, but again, in comparison to how much work you put in. But obviously, it isn't the reason I make videos at all. I actually enjoy making these investment videos because it keeps me on track in my own personal investing. And also, again, YouTube in particular definitely has a compounding effect. And definitely, if you keep it up over years, it will certainly reap its rewards. So that's pretty much what we made in 2021. Now let's go through, more importantly, our plans going forward for this 0 to 1 million euro 5-year plan. So we're going to go through each of these 8 income streams. Firstly, we'll kind of go through each of these in terms of how much we currently have invested in each of these investments, how much I want to have by the end of 2022, and kind of the gap or the bridge we need to reach before we get to that goal of 2022 and onwards as we go towards that 1 million euro net worth. So firstly, if you're new around here, or just a bit of a recap, on the 1st of November 2021, we made the fairly outrageous claim that we'd be a millionaire in 5 years, or by the 1st of November 2026, and we kind of have 8 or so investment vehicles to get there over that space of time, which you can see on screen. Everything ranging from real estate to growth/dividend portfolios, cryptocurrency, YouTube, other business, general savings, and physical assets, which we're going to go through all 8 of these today. We'll go through how much we currently have in each of these, kind of my plans or target for 2022, and how much we are outstanding to get there by the end of the year as well. And kind of at the end then we'll see currently where we're sitting at the start of 2022 in terms of getting to that 1 million euro goal. So now first of all, let's start with the top one here in terms of real estate. So it's probably no surprise that real estate will probably make up the vast majority of this 1 million net worth. Now as it stands, we can see on screen here, it's just a picture of where we're at the moment. Now it probably won't be built until about April or May at this stage. But in terms of capital, we currently have about 28,500 put down of our own cash as deposit number 1, basically just a holding fee. And again, over the coming weeks and probably a month or two down the line, we'll probably be putting another 100,000 euro or so of our own capital or cash into this property as well. So hopefully kind of by the end of 2022, we'll have about 120 to 130,000 again of our own capital. This is not going to be a mortgage or a loan capital here at all. This will be our own cash. So again, this will straight away bring us right kind of in line with where we want to be in this 5-year plan to get to this 1 million net worth. Now obviously as well, we'll be getting a mortgage for the additional leftover amount to be paid in this property. And again, once we do this, this will be paid on a monthly basis. So again, as the months go by, we'll slowly add in these repayments minus the interest you pay on this loan. Again, this will give us an accurate overall value of the property as well. So that's why I'll be taking out the interest side of this. So again, this is kind of just where we're at the moment with this property. Certainly exciting to look at the developments as I go every few days to check it out. So again, as we kind of have more updates here, we'll definitely keep you updated. But for now, we have about 28,500 of our own capital invested in this property, with another about €100,000 or so of our own cash to come in the coming weeks or month again. So this will really give us a good start to this €1 million plan. So just to kind of see this in Excel form as well, we currently have about €28,643 in this property, and we want to have this at about 120,000 again of our own capital by the end of this year. So we have about 91,000 or so outstanding, which again, we have this capital already put away in savings, so it's not an unattainable goal at all. And again, obviously, over the next few years, this property, or we'll start to have more of our own capital invested in this property. Now, obviously, it's not 120,000 overall. The cost of this house is a lot more than that, unfortunately. But again, this is our own capital, so I'm looking forward to seeing over the coming years how much this real estate will actually be worth once we start repaying the mortgage as well. But next up, we'll start looking at some of my online assets in terms of stocks, and we'll start off my growth stock portfolio. So here we are with my growth stock portfolio, which we only started a few days ago now. I think it was about the 27th or 28th we started this. So again, we only have about €100 or so in this portfolio at this moment in time. And again, the broker choice here again is eToro, which we'll be using for my growth stocks. Now overall, I want to have about 10 stocks within this growth portfolio, and we currently have 5 here with Tesla, Apple, Alphabet Class A or Google, Amazon and Facebook or Meta platforms, whichever one you want to call it going forward. So this is the 5 here at the moment. Now we only have about $10 or so invested in each of these 5, again just to kick it off. And that's kind of one of the main reasons why I want to use eToro here as well, is because you can buy fractional shares, just like Trading212, which we'll be using for my dividend portfolio, which we'll have a look at in a few seconds. But I did want to differentiate these portfolios, hence why I wanted to have different brokers involved here. Now again, as stated, I want 5 more growth stocks, which I'm currently looking into as well. Now I have about 15 or so I've made a shortlist of. So over the coming days, as you can see here, we have about $61 free funds. We will start to put in these 5 additional companies and really start to kick off this portfolio. Now in terms of how much I want by the end of 2022, we'll probably go with a realistic enough goal here, and about €5,000 in this growth stock portfolio is what we want to aim for this year. Next up, we jump over to my dividend stock portfolio, which is on Trading212. Now we started this just before Christmas as well, and currently have about €584 invested here, and about 2.76%. Now again, that's fairly realistic here in terms of just being active a few weeks at this stage, and it's a pretty safe portfolio, which we'll have a look at next now in terms of sectors. So with this portfolio, we have 50 stocks overall spread across all 11 different sectors. We can see on the left some of these pies here, ranging everything from real estate, technology, energy, etc. So again, the reason I wanted 50 here, there's no magical number as such, but I did want to have a vast array of stocks across all different sectors, mainly blue chip stocks here as well. And the main purpose of this dividend portfolio will be the snowball or compounding effect of dividend payments and capital growth over the coming years. Now certainly a blue chip dividend portfolio won't be a get rich quick scheme, but again, I do want to start putting large amounts of capital here over the coming years and slowly start building up how much dividends we get paid per year, again, which will be passive income. Now again, we have about €584 as stated here so far, and by the end of the year, just like my growth stock portfolio, we'll have about €5,000 invested in this dividend portfolio. And over the next few years, as we go towards that 1 million net worth, we'll certainly start ramping up these payments into these portfolios. Again, really once the wedding and the house is complete in terms of honeymoon, etc., we really have a lot more additional capital, which will be able to pump into a lot of these investment portfolios. Next up, we then jump over to DeGiro, where we'll be using this for my ETF portfolio. Now this will be the third broker as it stands from this video. So we have eToro, Trading212 and now DeGiro. And we also have a few more later on in the video as well. But here we'll be just using this for my ETF portfolio. And it won't be anything complex or fancy here. It will literally be investing in the S&P 500. So again, there's not a whole lot to kind of report here. That just tracks the top 500 companies within the US. And again, this won't really make much difference in terms of capital gains when we start investing small amounts of capital. But again, like all of these investments over time, over the next few months and even years, once we have larger amounts of capital involved here, this will really reap its rewards in terms of capital gains. But for now, we don't really have anything invested here at the moment, as we'll probably be investing here next week, as I was focusing on my growth, dividend and cryptocurrency portfolios, which we'll discuss next as well. So again, over the next week or so, we'll probably start off here, nothing too exciting, probably buy 1 or 2 full ETF shares here as well. Probably costs about 160 or 170 euro for 2 shares within this S&P 500. But again, over time, we'll see the kind of gain here as well. But for now, this is where we stand with my ETF portfolio. Next up on the list will be cryptocurrency, and the broker of choice here is probably one that a lot of people do use for crypto, will be Coinbase Pro. Now, last night when I actually opened these brokerages, I was quite surprised with the fees on the normal Coinbase, considering that you can do the exact same thing on Coinbase Pro and pay a fraction of the fees and even transfer them back to the normal Coinbase. So that's what I'll be doing, and we're just kind of waiting to be verified here as well. Now we're going to be starting off very small with crypto, mainly because it's extremely volatile and I don't know a whole lot about crypto, being completely honest. So starting off with only 50 euro here, and kind of the goal for the end of this year will just to have about 1,000 euro overall in crypto. Now again, in terms of what cryptocurrency I'm buying, predominantly will be Bitcoin. I'll probably put 90% of this investment into Bitcoin and the other 10% probably into Ethereum. So that's probably where I'll stand here. I won't be kind of dabbling in any of these smaller coins at all. Again, mainly because of the volatility here. I want to kind of keep some form of consistency. So again, once my bank is verified here, we'll probably put about 90% of that 50 euro into Bitcoin and the other 10% into Ethereum. And again, dollar cost average over time here, as these markets are fairly volatile. So once there is a bit of a dip, we'll start to put in more. Again, nothing crazy here at the start. I only want to have about 1,000 euro of my overall investment capital in crypto by the end of this year. Now, the sixth income stream will be YouTube here, right where we are right now. But again, as stated earlier, we made about 300 euro or so in 2021, which again is a very small amount of capital. But again, that's not the purpose why I make these videos. I do it because I enjoy it, and the additional capital is just a perk or bonus here as well. Now, again, this year I really want to start driving on with this channel. We currently have about 1,580 subscribers at this moment in time. So again, by the end of this year, we're going to be fairly optimistic and go for 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. So again, if you're still here and if you haven't subscribed yet, it would be greatly appreciated if you would do so. Now again, as I said, we made about 300 euro in 2021, so we're going to have about 2,500 euro target by the end of this year. Again, it won't be just from ad revenue, it will be from affiliate links, sponsorships, etc. So again, that's a fairly realistic goal in my opinion. We have 12 months to get there now, so we have about 2,200 euro outstanding to get to that goal. And again, the best thing about YouTube is certainly at the beginning, if you have your own channel as well, you don't make a whole lot of capital and it takes a long time to get any sort of recognition at all. But again, over time, hopefully this will start to compound and the kind of snowball effect, which you can see from the bigger YouTube channels. You can see how much crazy capital they actually make and how much views and subscribers they obtain as well from hard work over the few years that they have a YouTube channel. So again, if you are starting a YouTube channel, don't kind of be disheartened at all if it takes a while to take off, because certainly over time it will reap its rewards if you continue with it. So that's kind of our goals as well for YouTube, and now we'll kind of go on to our 7th and 8th goals here as well. So the bottom 2 income streams here, firstly are the business. There's not a whole lot of exciting news to report here at this moment in time. This will really start kicking off once we have the property built, because I have a few options here as well, which we'll discuss in later videos once they come to fruition as well. So for this moment in time, it's currently 0 and we don't have any target yet. But again, over the coming weeks or months, we will start reporting here. And number 8, general savings and physical assets. Again, we're going to keep this at 0 for the moment in time. Now, obviously, we have substantial amounts of savings at this moment in time as well, but most of this capital will be being put into the property and wedding, honeymoon, a second car, etc. So again, that's why I really don't want to put this capital in here for now, because it's going to continue to fluctuate and change over the coming months and throughout 2022 as we pay for the likes of the wedding, the house, a second car, honeymoon, etc. as mentioned already. So that's why I'm going to just keep this at 0. And again, once the house and wedding are kind of complete, or we've moved into the house and the wedding is complete as well, I will start to put in then what we have remainder of that savings left over, which will give us a very realistic and accurate overall view of how close we are towards that 1 million euro net worth in 5 years. Now again, at the bottom, as we start 2022, we have about 29,673 euro in this income streams at this moment in time. So we're about just under 3% towards the overall goal. But again, this will really start to take off over the coming months once we do put another 100 or so thousand of our own cash into this house as well. So I'll straight away put another 100,000 there, and definitely we'll start pumping in a lot more capital into like the growth, dividend portfolios, crypto, ETFs, etc. And hopefully this year as well, our YouTube channel will start to take off a bit more. So again, I'm really looking forward to seeing how much we can get towards this €1 million net worth over the next 12 months, and certainly we're going to document it along the whole way with you guys as well. So that's pretty much the end of today's video. We just wanted to give an update on where we're at the start of 2022 to reach this goal. And to be honest, we were fairly kind of transparent about all of this, so I hope you kind of appreciate that as well. And again, over the next few months, I'm really looking forward to sharing the updates here and seeing how far we can get to this €1 million net plan. So thanks very much. I hope you all have a great start to this year, and I will see you all in the next video.